Good evening, and welcome to the second part of the A to Z of Slow Walk. Tonight, we'll be working our way through. Bear with me a second. We'll be working our way through letters I to Q this evening, and you can't see it, but I've got my loop pedal down here and my guitar pedal. I've got my array, my band behind me, and what could possibly go wrong? So yeah, we'll be working through IQ. So obviously expect some incredibly intelligent material this evening, with topics such as public transport, the underground, smoking, and time travel. So incredibly highbrow, intelligent subjects and topics tonight. So yeah, so I'm going to start off with the letter I, which is for okay, I'm going to start off with the letter I, which is for If I May. And this is actually a Button Factory song. And yeah, so I'm actually going to refer to a video. I did this song with the fantastic, the other half of the Button Factory, which is Mr. Lorenzo Franchi. Hopefully he's watching from Florence in Italy. And we did this, obviously, remotely. Following the rules and regulations at the moment. And so we did this video earlier, and this song, I think, was a good song to start tonight. Not only because it starts with the letter I, and I didn't have many other ones, but also because it was kind of written about my own birth, in a way, which was a very sunny day. I was born very early. On a beautiful May day. It's actually my birthday tomorrow. You know, just thought I'd throw that out there. If you want to send any presents or well wishes, please do. And so it was actually written about a day very much like today and tomorrow, a beautiful sunny May day. And it was about really I don't know how we're very excited when we grow up. We don't really know what things are. We're very excited about them, and we're very positive, I think, generally. And it's about having that sort of sunny disposition and trying to hold on to that, I guess, even if you find out much later that you've happened to have been born on one of the randomly sunny days in a usually grey country. So this is If I May. I'm going to play a video now. Hopefully you can all hear me. And see me, and hopefully you can hear this. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Sunny days, we arrived in early May, when the sun first met the sky. Just then you could hear us cry, and welcome with a sunshine kiss. We thought that it would stay like this. We didn't know that seasons change. We didn't know that England rains and colors and lights. We don't know what they are. Beautiful shapes. Is that what we are? And even though we made some gray, we laughed about it anyway. We shimmer like a summer's day. 'Cause baby, we were born that way. And sometimes when the colors fade, sometimes when we change our shapes, well darling, do not be afraid, 'cause we'll return to sunny days and darkness and light. Baby, that's what we are, darkness and light. So please don't be ruled by the weather. Colors and lights, baby, that's what we are. Beautiful shapes, baby, that's all we are.
Okay, that was, if I may, letter I. The first of our technical errors this evening, I'm sure. So yeah, hopefully you'll be able to hear everything. Mix is good. So yeah, the next letter for our letter J. It's quite interesting when you do an A to Z. You realise that you have an abundance of songs starting with certain letters like S and T, and then not so many for other letters. So J is actually a song I wrote for a concept EP about time travel, about a guy who actually goes back to try and locate his missing father, who sort of went missing when he was younger. And I have yet to finish it. Started it a couple of years ago. And as usual in the slow walk world, just ended up doing a million other things. But at some point, hopefully, I will continue it. And this is the sort of title track, really. It's called The Journal of a Disappearing Man. So this is J. I say not the, it's called Journal of a Disappearing Man. I don't want to disqualify myself from it being counted as a J. So yeah, I hope you like this song.
Don't know the day, don't know the year, but I'm writing this as proof that I was here. Any second now, I'll be gone. Don't know where I'm going to or where I'm coming from. There was a time perhaps already gone, or maybe yet to come, where I belong. And the story of a disappearing man who left his home one day, never to return. Then came the story of a disappearing son, whose mission was to find out where his dad had gone. And now he's drifting with no safety line, and wishes dad had told him that you shouldn't mess with time. So I'll tell you this strange story as best I can, and welcome to the journal of a disappearing man.
I'm just going to say hello to everyone again. So hello everyone on both Facebook and YouTube. Thank you so much for joining. Gemma, thank you for watching all the gigs and the Out of the Loop lives, and actually giving me word suggestions as well. Thank you everyone for joining. Really, this is brilliant. To be fair, I think I've had more people come to these gigs than my other gigs. I think social distancing is actually better for me, it would seem, as a musician. Maybe people just don't want to necessarily listen in the same room. So anyway, I'm going to move on now to the letter K. Just bear with me 1 second. And K is actually, didn't seem right not to do a, well, actually, to be fair, again, didn't have a lot of K songs, but thought it'd be great to do a Swerve song. And so this is a song by The Swerve, which was a duo with myself and the fantastic Mr. Lee Brooks, a man of many trades, expert at all. And we wrote this song many years back, actually for the soundtrack to Lesbian Vampire Killers. We actually wrote it. Really, it's written from the perspective of the main character in that film, who breaks up with his girlfriend at the start of the film, and his friend decides to take him away because he's just really been a bit sad and downbeat. And he ends up having to fight a sort of coven of vampires led by one sort of ancient female vampire. So that's the kind of story of both the film and the song, really. And sadly, the song wasn't used in the end. We got beaten to the punch by Showaddy Waddy, which hurt a bit, I'm going to say. And to be fair, it's not the first time, probably won't be the last time that we lose out to Showaddy Waddy. So, yeah, so this is Killing Ground. I'm going to try and do a loop version of this song, and I hope you like it. Well, my friends say it's really time for me to take a holiday. Are they concerned, or do they merely wish that I was far away? My heavy heart's decided that it's time to join the countryside. Well, let's be hippies. I wanna be a hippie. Start the car and drive. And one day soon my sun will rise. Then you will meet your grand demise, queen bitch. And as I walk amongst the trees, the green, green trees, I hear a frightening sound. I can't believe this quiet place has become a bloody killing ground. There's people dying and the blood and guts are flying, and my baby's crying, told her not to break my heart, and my best friend's losing it. What is up with all this shit? All I wanted was to chill, not a holiday in hell. Well, I've been lost between your thighs. Now I'm no prisoner of your lies, queen bitch. The beast must die. 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 The beast beast must die. That was just too much fun. So apparently the guitar needs to go up a bit. I'm going to try it. Okay. Amazing. Thank you so many of you for joining. Everyone, Tao, Jason, man, amazing. Matteo, it's incredible. Thanks a lot. So where was I in the alphabet? Almost forgotten. So that was K. So L is for little things. It's great actually because I've got a couple more videos coming up, and it's great because I don't have to do anything. I can just walk around while they're playing. I'm thinking maybe next time I'll do every single letter as a video. But yeah, for the moment, this is called Little Things. And Little Things is really about not letting the little things get you, really. And if they really are, it usually means that there's a sort of bigger problem sort of internally. So not to get too deep on a Friday night. It's really just a slightly funky rock song with fluting. So, you know, there's that. Well, girl, don't you worry about the little things. You always look outside when you should be looking in. You live in a tall house, but the walls are too thin. There's just no escape from all those bastards doing your head in. Oh, please leave me be, I just wanna go to bed. That's when the little things, they creep back in my head. And what is wrong with people, can you answer me? Well, it must be them because I am problem free. Well, I used to worry about the little things until they became one giant unstoppable thing. I got all this fury, it's burning deep within. I guess I'll direct it at all those people doing little things. Oh, please leave me be, I just wanna go to bed. That's when the little things, they creep back in my head. And what is wrong with people could be answered. But maybe there is something deeply wrong with me.
Oh, please leave me be, I just wanna go to bed. That's when the little things, they creep back in my head. And what is wrong with people? Could the answer be? And maybe there is something deeply wrong with me.
Okay, so that was L for Little Things, and next for M is another video. And now this is a song hopefully Isabel's watching and some people that know her. So quite a few years back, when I lived in a warehouse, yeah, it was cool. Isabel was a friend of somebody who lived there, and she came and stayed for a few days. She's a fantastic singer, and we ended up writing this song. Probably, we only had one evening, I think, so we had like maybe 4 hours. And well, we wrote it literally around a poem that Isabel wrote. So she wrote all the words, and I put the music to it. And yeah, we put it together in a few hours. She actually entered it, I think, into a contest in France, and it came second, which is amazing. So I wasn't there, so I think that's probably why it did so well. And so yeah, this is My Last Cigarette, and I obviously didn't write the lyrics, but I get it's obviously it's a breakup song, and again, it's about sort of moving on with your life, and you know, trying to get over the person. I guess I hope I'm doing this justice, Isabel. And yeah, and obviously all the things that you try to do to kind of do that, really. And obviously with the knowledge that the other person is actually following your advice as well, and doing similar things to you, but just it's separate paths. So Isabel's hopefully watching from a totally different country, which is cool. And we, of course, remotely made this video earlier in the week. And yeah, I hope you like it. I'm going to play it now. And it's better because you have less of me. You've got more of Isabel, less of me.
Smoke my last cigarette, the last in the pack today. Tears are falling again.
Thought it was over, moving, gone too fast. Different lovers, different cities, different everything. Forging a path,
I'm lost
in a good way, in a good way.
but it's all a lie, a big pill stuck in my throat. And yeah, I'm a bird, but now I can't fly, now I can't move. You're following the path I forged, but you're not coming with me. To all the places that I've been, and all the places I'll be, and I'll be looking for you. In all the places I'll see, in all the places I'll see,
the faces I see. You haven't called, you haven't written, just as we agreed. But in this moment, I'll be crying again.
this feeling will pass, just me and the night sky. Different stars, different size, different everything.
Don't worry, my love,
I will smile again. Fuck, I will love again. But now I cry because you're following the path I forged, but you're not coming with me to all the places that I've been and all the places I'll be.
and
I'll be looking for you in all the places I see, in all the places I see,
the places I see.
Hello and welcome back to the A to Z of Slow Walk, Part 1, Part 2 even. God, not Part 1. I don't want to do Part 1 again. Okay, so that was my last cigarette with the fantastic Isabel Lerma, and I think a beautiful voice, incredibly beautiful. And yeah, sorry, she had to sing with me really, but you know. That's what happens. So basically, what's our next letter? So that was my last cigarette. So next we've got N. Now N decided to go with Night Owls. This is a song I actually recorded a while back with a fantastic producer called Sean Kennedy, otherwise known as the Magic Puppet. Hopefully he's watching tonight, as I'm literally just using his production work and pretending to play a guitar along and doing a bit of singing. So this is Night Owls, and Night Owls is about night owls, really. You know, there's gonna be a lot of depth, obviously, and you know, sort of, you know, triple hidden meanings to these songs. So Night Owls is really about people staying up late, really, people doing jobs at night, and kind of looking after the city for everyone else. I guess I've always been a bit of a night person, really, and when I wrote this, I was really a night person. I was always the last person up, and it's a weird, you know, I love the night, but it always feels a little bit weird and antisocial to be a night person, I guess, and that's what Night Owls is about. But yeah, here it goes. Try not to trip myself up just yet. Put that there. You can go there.
I've always felt more comfortable at night when the city's bathed in less than natural light. And when I see the headlight of a passing car, I know that in the darkness is the only time you'll see the stars. And when I see them shining upon an empty street, it all seems so peaceful and yet still incomplete. And I don't know what I'm doing when I should be counting sheep, and why you cannot find me where the clock says I should be. Oh no, we don't want to change. You say that we should change. We're the night owls. It's how we've always been, and we watch the city now as it goes to bed. Yeah, we're the night owls. It's how we've always been. We're gonna run this town. Yeah, you will call us when the sun goes down. We are the men who lock it up at night. We are the men who cannot see the light. But we don't wanna change. You say that we should change. We're the night owls. It's how we've always been, and we watch the city now as it goes to bed. Yeah, we're the night owls. It's how we've always been. Oh no, we don't want to change. You say we should change. We're the night owls. It's how we've always been, and we watch the city now as it goes to bed. Yeah, we're the night owls. It's how we've always been, and no one ever taught us how to break free from the late patrol, and no one keeps us company. The night owls are a lonely breed. I dreamed once of a morning long. She sang and woke me from the dark. But I know she can't be mine, 'cause we were born at different times. We don't wanna change. You say that we should change. We're the night owls. It's how we've always been, and we watch the city now as it goes to bed. Yeah, we're the night owls. It's how we've always been.
So, big thanks to Mr. Sean Kennedy there. He was essentially my entire band for that one. So, yeah, thanks, Sean. And that was Night Owl, so N. So we're on to O next. And I'm going to take this little guitar off. Don't worry, this one's not a cappella. Just yet. So this song is called On the Bench Again. This was a song I used to play a lot back in the day. Hopefully Christopher Coote is watching. I know he was a big fan of this song. And yeah, I always enjoyed playing this song. So I'm going to try and do a sort of loop version of it. Just going to check on all you guys. Don't want to think that I've forgotten about you, my audience. That's a very fair point, actually. I should have mentioned that before. That song, Night Owls, was actually used in a fantastic British film that if you haven't seen, you should watch it, called My Brother the Devil. And they very kindly used my song Night Owls in the back of a scene in that film. Not only is it a great film, but actually I still get royalties from that song. So that's great. That's actually one of the few songs I've ever got royalties from. So thank you very much to Sally, who's probably not watching, and Ian, who definitely is. So, yeah, if you haven't seen that film, it's absolutely amazing. And I'm not just saying that because I know, because they put my song in it. It's actually an incredible movie. It's one of the best British films I've seen in years. Really interesting story. So go check it out. It's called My Brother the Devil. I should have mentioned that earlier, but that's why I've got you all here, which is great. So again, thank you so much for joining. Too many people to even mention all of you, but Jed and his entire family, thank you for watching. Apparently you got me on a big screen, which is amazing. I don't know how this looks on the big screen. Probably small, which it is. And who else? Marta's mum is watching. Too many people. Mr. Tony Ukpo. Loads of peeps. Thank you so much, Manekshay. Thank you everyone for joining. Catherine and Lorenzo, I think, are here. So, what's our next one? Okay, so where was I? On the Bench Again. So, for On the Bench Again. So this song is really about, I guess, the game of love and really not wanting to play it. When you start seeing someone or you're interested in someone, it's the early stages and, you know, all you want to do is kind of message them, but then you don't want to look like an idiot and it's not cool to send a message too early as well. And you end up getting drunk and trying to text them and your friends are like, no, seriously, that's a bad idea. And that's kind of what this song's about. The character in the song is really like, I don't want to play that game, basically. So that's On the Bench Again. This is my trusty bass. Unfortunately, I haven't got Mr. Stephen Bennett here to play it due to the current restrictions. Instead, I'm going to give it my best shot.
I sit alone, chained to the radiator, so I cannot send you messages. So many words, well, things I have to tell you, but I'll only make a mess of it. Oh dear, didn't they teach you at school? You gotta act nonchalant, you gotta play it. Sometimes to get the things you want so badly, you gotta act like you don't want it. And I don't want to play your game, I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. And I don't want to play your game, I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. They say that it is best for your own protection if you suppress any signs of affection. Don't wanna let her have the upper hand, but I'm just trying to make her understand. This ain't no ball, and we on pieces. Well, Well, I'm so bored of our damn species each other amidst these complications. But we forgot that during these negotiations, I don't want to play your game. I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. And I will never understand your game. Come join me on the bench if you feel the same. And I don't wanna play your game. I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. And I don't wanna play your game. I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. And I don't wanna play your game. I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. And I don't wanna play your game. I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. And I don't want to play your game. I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. And I don't ever understand your game. I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench the same. And I don't want to play your game. I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. And I will never understand your game. Come join me on the bench if you feel the same. And I don't want to play your game. I guess that's why I'm sitting on the bench again. And I will never understand your game. Come join me on the bench if you feel the same. Come join me on the bench if you feel the same. Come join me on the bench.
Thank you very much. That was On the Bench Again. Oh. Well, we've come to that time of the evening again where I get to sit back and play a video. Now, this is a song called Panic Attack. And this was a song I used to play a lot with my band. And I was actually joined, not literally or physically, of course, but in a remote way, by both members of, two members, I should say, of Slow Water Band. Unfortunately, one member couldn't make it, but basically we had Mr. Stephen Bennett, aka Bean, and Mr. Ian Kitchen, aka Kitch, joined me via the wonders and magic of technology and videos and audio. And we made this video earlier. And before I play it, I'll explain a little bit about what Panic Attack's about. Well, again, you can probably guess what it's about. It's literally about kind of having a panic attack. It's kind of particularly about the time I wrote it. It was a pretty intense and paranoid time in London. It's really about a character having a panic attack on the tube. And the fact that obviously on the tube, for you, that I'm sure you're all familiar with it, but it's a very strange place because you're crammed up to hundreds of people, but you know, it's just not the done thing to make eye contact or communicate in any way with those people. So even if you're having a panic attack, it's just made worse by the fact that you don't really want anyone to know, and it's a strange environment. So that's kind of what Panic Attack is about. And actually, I think Lee Brooks is probably watching. He was the person who gave me the idea for that song. I had the music, and he was like, "You should write about a person having a panic attack on the tube." And so I ripped him off, did it. So, yeah, I don't mind saying that here. So this is Panic Attack. I hope you enjoy it. This was a lot of fun to do this, and big up to both Bean in particular, who sort of, well, I'll tell you about it afterwards.
The sookie's pouring down my back. This is a tunnel, are we rats? I didn't mean to touch your ass, I do apologise. Oh, that's an arm jammed in my back. And on the floor a mystery bag. Remember beers and accents, they are bad. And oh my god, this really ain't the place for suicide. Salami split on his back. Can anybody tell that I'm about to lose control? 100 bodies and I can't talk to a single soul. And what a manners and a little common courtesy. Well, fuck you, buddy, I've got somewhere that I need to be. Whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa. Then I see a vision far too pretty for the morning. While I gaze on her, my journey becomes far less boring. Then she smiles at me and I'm the king beneath the city. Shit, is that a friend who's standing right behind me? Then this box comes to a stop. So wanna get on, so wanna get up. I'm in the middle like a goddamn human pinball. Is it wrong that I wanna kill them all? And anybody tell that I'm about to lose control? 100 bodies and I can't talk to a single soul. Think this journey may just be the end of me. Can't believe this floor will be the last thing that I ever see. Whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa, whoa. Ooh, whoa, whoa. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la.
Okay, so massive, massive shout out there to Mr. Ian Kitchen and particularly Mr. Stephen Bennett, aka Bean, who not only was the bass but was also the drums on that tune. He programmed that awesome 808 drum machine. And yeah, literally, I guess he was the person who inspired us doing the video. So big up to both Bean and Kitch, and big love to Phil as well, man. I know you would have been there if you could have. That in no way, as cool as the flashing lights are, man, in no way does that machine replace you at all. It could probably replace me. So, you know, you could maybe just, you know, you could drum along with the machine, just put the machine in the middle. So there's that. I'm waffling way too much. So, yeah, so that was P for Panic Attack. I wish I could say hello to everyone, but there's just, you know, too many names. Thank you, everyone, for joining. It's amazing. Paul and Joel. Wow, everyone, really, for joining. Thank you so much. Sal, Phil, just amazing. I hope you've enjoyed this show. This is our last song of the evening. It's Q. And again, strangely, I didn't have many Q songs. I had one, but it was a bit depressing. It was about a morgue attendant, I thought. A bit of a downer, particularly for the last song of the episode. So I wrote a new song, and this is called Quietly They Carry On. And it's about lots of things. It's about my parents, and they both really worked a lot. I mean, my dad was in the Navy, he was away a lot. My mum looked after us a lot. They both had lots of jobs, not just one job. They worked 3 or 4 jobs, just to, you know, so eventually I could end up, you know, playing guitars and talking to you lot. So this song really is kind of for them, really, and for sort of all the parents out there at the moment who are not only working, a lot of people, but also now becoming teachers, which I imagine is quite difficult. Also, for all the people still working and doing pretty hard jobs and looking after us all, really. So this song is kind of pretty much for everyone, I guess, really. It's for, I think I've covered everything. I covered mothers, fathers, daughters, sons, brothers, sisters. So it's for kind of everyone. So, you know, you should all feel included, hopefully, with this song. So this is called Quietly They Carry On. Let's see what happens.
My father was a driven man, very goods across this land. And often he'd be gone for weeks, sometimes we couldn't even speak. He got home, but not once did we hear him moan. He'd just look at us and say, I hope soon I can come to stay. And quietly he carried on, quietly he carried on, for his wife and his son. Quietly he carried on. My mother was a grafter too, but one a job she wouldn't do. 'Cause she came from a long, long line of men who grew up down the mines. She brought his kids up on our own when father couldn't be at home. And later when we went to school, she got a job to pay the bill. And quietly she carried on, quietly she carried on, for her husband and her sons. Quietly she carried on, and quietly they carried on, quietly they carried on, quietly they carried on, quietly they carried on. quietly they carry 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 on. To all the fathers and their sons who still got work to be done. To all the husbands too who still got so much work to do. All the sisters, brothers too who still got so much work to do. To all the sisters dressed in blue, we wanna say that we love you. To all the mothers carry on, and quietly we carry on. To all the mothers and their sons, with all the work still to be done. To all the husbands and their wives who have to keep this world alive. All the daughters, brothers too, who've got so much work to do. To all the sisters dressed in blue, we wanna say that we love you, that we love you, that we love you, that we love. We wanna say that we love you, that we love. Say that we love you, that we love. We wanna say that we love you, that we love you. Quietly they carry on. 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 And quietly they carry on. Quietly they carry on. And quietly they carry on. Quietly they carry on.
That was Quietly They Carry On, and again, I think a massive thank you to everyone, really. All those people out there, either, you know, out in the world or at home, doing a million jobs and sorting everyone out. This is for all you guys and all you parents as well, I think. Pretty much everyone except for me, really. But I'm going to thank myself anyway for the tunage, I think. And for writing that song at short notice. That's what was a little bit rough. When you realise that you haven't got many Q songs, which is not something I'd thought about before, really. Next week, I've realised that obviously the last third of the alphabet is one of the toughest ones, to be fair. You know, X's, Y's, Z's. And again, you know, I came up wanting on a few of those. So there will be a couple of new songs and a couple of old classics, hopefully. And yeah, tune in same time next week. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. Amazing, what a turnout. I wish I could say hello to everyone. Instead of boring you on here, I'm going to go onto the chat afterwards and chat to you and say thanks so much and say hello to everyone individually, hopefully. A bit like a sort of meet and greet, shake hands. But thank you very much for tuning in. And this has been Slow Walk, the A to Z of Slow Walk Part 2. We'll be back, same time, always want to say this, same bat channel, same bat place, or same Facebook, YouTube channel, same place, same time next week. See you then. Thanks for watching. And again, a big up to Mr. Lorenzo Franchi, watching from Italy, from the Button Factory, for performing on If I May with me. Isabel Lerma, thank you so much for joining me on My Last Cigarette. That was amazing. And to Mr. Bennett and Mr. Kitchen, legends. Thank you, all of you, for helping make this show incredible. There'll be a few more live performances next week, as in live video performances. Ideally, the whole set, hopefully. See you next week.